Every glance feels like a transaction. Every compliment feels like a negotiation. You've been told your value lies in being desired. But deep down, you already know desire is not love, not even close. Carl Jung warned, what you deny within becomes the master without, and when you let their desire define you, you surrender yourself. But here's the secret no one told you: the day you desexualize your mind is the day you finally see yourself for the very first time. We all know that quiet take, the one that creeps in after the lights go out, when all the hands and eyes have moved on to someone else, because being wanted feels powerful. Until it doesn't. Jung called this the tragedy of projection, when we mistake others' hunger for proof of our own worth. And you've been taught to crave it. You've been taught to equate attention with affection, longing with love, and bodies with connection. But late at night, when it's just you and your reflection, it doesn't feel like love, does it? It feels hollow, like you're nothing more than what they see, and even less than what they remember, which explains why something inside you keeps whispering, there must be more to me than this. But the more you feed it, the hungrier it grows. Every fleeting glance becomes an expectation. Every comment becomes a test. The dopamine spike of being wanted fades faster now, replaced by fear. Fear of being forgotten, of being replaced, of no longer being desirable. Jung warned that when we let the shadow, the unconscious, unexamined self drive us, it consumes us. You start saying yes when you mean no. You start dressing for strangers instead of yourself. You keep giving away pieces of your soul in exchange for attention, and wonder why you feel emptier with every exchange, which explains why so many collapse under the weight of a mask they never chose. Because here is what they never taught you: your worth was never meant to be transactional. Jung once wrote, the world will ask who you are, and if you don't know, it will tell you. And today, the world has told you, you are your desirability. Social media turns you into content, ads sell you your insecurities, even relationships feel like marketplaces. But none of that is you, it's the shadow in disguise. Jung called the journey back to yourself individuation, the painful, beautiful process of uncovering what you are beneath what they want you to be, which explains why so many confuse your awakening with rebellion. Think of the women who stopped playing the game. History remembers them as saints, rebels, icons, but in their time, they were shamed, ridiculed, called cold, frigid, difficult, because the world fears a woman who owns herself. Jung saw it happen again and again: patients who walked into his office broken by a lifetime of performing for everyone but themselves. And then, the spark, the moment they stripped it all away and stood raw, unmasked, and whole. He said, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are, which explains why reclaiming your dignity feels dangerous before it feels divine. But here's the part no one tells you: walking away feels like dying. Because the shadow whispers, if you stop being wanted, you'll stop being loved. And at first, it feels true. You'll feel invisible, overlooked, alone. But then quietly, you'll notice something else: a dignity in your silence, a strength in your solitude, a strange, quiet respect for yourself growing like a seed. Jung called this individuation, the birth of the true self, the moment you stop performing and start becoming, which explains why so many never make it through the darkness to see the light. So, how do you start? Slowly, by asking yourself questions you've been too scared to answer. Why do you crave their gaze? Why do you feel empty without it? Why do you keep giving yourself to people who never deserved you? Write it down, sit with it, don't flinch. Desexualizing your mind isn't about rejecting intimacy, it's about reclaiming it. It's about learning to see yourself as more than a body, and demanding that others do too, which explains why this work feels like tearing yourself apart before it starts to feel like coming home. Even now, I know what you're thinking. What if nobody wants me anymore? What if I end up alone? What if being whole means being unloved? And yes, at first it might, because people who only ever wanted your body will fall away. But those who remain and those who come later will see you, not just what you give, not just what you look like, not just what they can take, but all of you, which explains why letting go of who you aren't is the only way to find who you are. Now picture your future self standing taller, moving through rooms with quiet confidence, no longer seeking approval, no longer performing, no longer bending yourself into something smaller to fit their eyes. You've stopped being consumed and started being whole. You've stopped being desired and started being seen. Jung said, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. And that version of you, she's waiting for you to finally stop running, waiting for you to come home, which explains why the future you deserve begins the moment you choose yourself. Tonight, when the room is quiet, stand in front of the mirror, look yourself in the eyes and say, you are not here to be consumed, you are not here to perform. You are here to be whole, and I'm coming back for you, because desexualizing your mind is not the end of your story, it's the first chapter of the one you were always meant to write.